name's Buck, and I've been a dentist for 17 years. Immediately when this patient came in for their first exam in my office, I could see his biggest dental issue. He has a very, very advanced gum disease. As you can see, he has tons of this calcified plaque people call tartar and dentists call calculus. This is happening everywhere in his mouth and below the gum level. The issue is worse than that too. So this patient, I don't think he was gonna return after I told him all the stuff he needed, but he returned a few weeks later because the teeth were causing extreme pain. So I took a sample of this plaque and looked at it under a microscope to see if I can see why this is happening. And this is crazy actually. If you look close, you can see all these little organisms wiggling everywhere. These are rare in people with healthy gum plaque. As I'm looking, I can see some white blood cells around there, which means the body's trying to fight off the gum disease. And also, you can also see some regular body cells. But then this little guy pops onto the screen. This cell is rare to find even if you have gum disease. This type of organism is called a trichomonad, and you can tell by its little tail called flagella that is propelling it all over the place. Luckily, as I'm trying to see this, he gets stuck in some of the plaque matrix that you normally see in plaque. Trichomonads are a type of bacteria that you see in sexually transmitted diseases normally. So there are some serious gum issues going on here to the point that it's causing my patient to have a fever. And so you just saw a rare organism in this guy's dental plaque. Now, normally I don't do deep cleanings, but this was a rare gum health emergency. So we numbed up the patient right then and it was time to get cleaning. Now I'm starting the cleaning on the lower front teeth because that is where we have a wall of calculus that is just difficult to remove. My tool that I'm using here is called an ultrasonic scaler. It uses ultrasonic movements to break loose the tightly bound plaque. We use these or manual scalers that don't vibrate to remove the calculus. But you may have noticed these teeth are kind of moving as I'm scaling them. In fact, one of them moves quite a bit, and I really have to be careful cleaning that tooth. It is really loose. If I used a manual scaler to clean that tooth, I would have to put a lot of pressure and could accidentally pull out some of these teeth, including that tooth. Oh my gosh, I love it when a big chunk of tartar and plaque and calculus comes off. Oh, love it. That was a good chunk right there that came out. What is interesting that will happen in very advanced cases of gum disease and tartar is that the tartar will form a wall connecting these teeth that acts like a splint or a brace that helps keep them into place, since it's that same tartar that destroyed all the bone that holds these teeth into place. Now it's acting as a makeshift splint so that they don't fall out completely. The tartar here is obviously very tightly bound to these teeth like barnacles. A regular or even electronic toothbrush won't be able to get rid of all this calculus because it is stuck to the teeth like barnacles. If you watch all my videos reviewing toothbrushes, you will note that most toothbrushes won't ever get rid of all the plaque, let alone this calculus. I have tons of patients with pretty good oral hygiene and still this plaque will build up. Quickly, before I get to the most interesting part, I developed the best toothbrush, floss, and other dental products that are in Amazon affiliate links in the description. Those dental products will give you a stunningly clean mouth. You should watch my videos about why they are the best, posted at the end of this video, so you brush and floss with superior results. Oh, that was a good one. I just felt that come right off. The feeling is so satisfying. It is very stubborn and why we do 6-month cleanings anyways at all dental offices, and why an insurance company would even pay for it, because trust me, those guys try and get out of paying anything that they don't have to. Watch my video I have posted on the end screen of this video to get an immaculate brushing and flossing and cleaning every day. To answer your question, yes, that was very satisfying removing that piece. The best you can do is prevent this process from even starting by both how you clean your teeth each day, when you clean your teeth, what you eat, and when you even eat. And so that video will answer almost all of your questions, I'm sure. Also, you see a lot of water that sprays out of the instrument that I'm using. The ultrasonic scaler puts so much vibration, it actually heats up the tooth and could actually fry the pulp in the center of the tooth. But the water keeps it cool so that it doesn't happen. These ultrasonic scalers are fantastic. I love using them. They feel so nice when things start to break off. When you have big cases like this, The feeling when a piece of plaque breaks off is so satisfying, especially with the ultrasonic scaler. Okay, wait for it. And there goes the tooth. Did you catch that? The tooth was so loose with all the plaque gone all the way around it that the tooth just fell out when my assistant put the suction right next to it. That is crazy. Anyway, back to what I was saying. The reason you remove the plaque is because this is the source or staging point for all the bacteria or microorganisms as we saw earlier. That bacteria may even still look small even with the microscope that we were looking at earlier, but it destroys the bone and the ligaments that attach the tooth to the bone. So all this tartar has to go, and the sooner you get rid of it at cleanings and brushing and flossing each day, the better. Now we're only showing the front teeth, but we did more on the lower left back teeth as well too, because a lot of the pain was coming from these two areas. The patient will still need to return to clean all the other areas of his mouth, but this will take them out of pain for the time being. Now, just for fun, I want to go back and show you the tooth that was suctioned out. It still has stained plaque all over it, so I'm going to clean it up outside of the mouth so you can see what would have been happening inside the mouth and what I was doing inside the mouth. If this tooth were in the mouth and covered with gums, you can imagine how difficult this might be to achieve. During deep cleanings, in essence, you're cleaning below the gums blindly. You can't see what you're doing like I'm showing you now. That is why there is no substitute for the time of a scaling and root planing. It takes time to go over these teeth and to be thorough below the gum level when you're cleaning them, once again, in essence, blindly. So if you happen to be going to a place and getting deep cleanings that last 30 minutes, I would submit that that is not enough time to thoroughly clean the teeth. Now, just a heads up, there's no avoiding the dentist for most people. At some point, you are going to have to come in. You might as well come in before big problems like these arise, because once you do, your options are expensive and a lot of times limited in what you can do and what you can achieve as the patient and the dentist. Anyway, the teeth are now clean and the patient is out of pain once the numbness wears off. Watch all my daily tooth care videos I have posted now for the best techniques, tips, and products for a stunningly clean mouth that avoids tooth decay and gum disease and gives you fresh breath. My dental products are in Amazon affiliate links in the description below, and if in Southern California, my dental office is in the description as well. If you're a dentist with a digital scanner, my brother's incredible dental lab is in the description, and he can work with you anywhere inside the United States. Like and subscribe to my channel if you have teeth.